Alright, you guys, welcome back to the GLCC, where we are hoping to pick up wins after wins after wins so we can make a push for playoffs. I'm pretty sure that if we lose this game up against Lostlotl and his Twinleaf Town Turtwigs, we are eliminated, unfortunately. So you can see Lostlotl's team over there on the right. There are some top tier threats across the top 3 spots. We have Meowscarada with Protean, obviously going to be a very scary thing for my team to prep for, despite the type advantage. We do also have a Roaring Moon, which obviously is going to run Earthquake this game. If this thing does not come like Booster Speed with Earthquake or like Choice Scarf with Earthquake, then I don't know what Lostlotl is on. And then there's also going to be a Weavile, which does a lot of damage. So yeah, some really scary threats. There's also a lot of hazard potential with Samurott Hisui. Overquill looks very defensively good in this matchup. And then we do also have other Pokemon like his Terra Captain's Umbreon, which is probably going to be, if I had to guess, Terra Ground this game, though it also does have Terra Poison. And then there's also the Houndoom, which is the premier special attacker on this team. This team overall is pretty physical, and so you'll notice throughout my paste that we are mostly stacking on physical defense rather than special defense, because I don't really think that Houndoom has that great of a matchup anyways. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to deal with it if it comes. Anyways though, yeah, lots of very interesting threats on Lostlotl's side. Specifically in terms of for this Sneasler, I'm super duper worried about Sableye. Obviously it has Prankster Will-O-Wisp, it has Screens, both of its typings completely shut down Sneasler's typings, and so if Sableye does not come, and if it doesn't come in on Sneasler every single time, then again, I'm not too sure what's going on inside of Lostlotl's head if that's not the case. But yeah, realistically, I do believe that Sableye is going to be there to just completely shut down my team in terms of the Sneasler sweep. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting from Lotl. Anyways, let's get on to my paste here. First things first, I had to think reactively, essentially, to the Sableye, and so I reached out to my boy Wagon Fruit for some help, and he gave me this really cool idea. We're essentially ring target switcheroo. And what that does, obviously, if you don't know what the ring target does, it makes it so a Pokemon which is normally immune to a certain type of move is no longer immune to it. And so if I switcheroo the Sableye, the ring target, then I can hit it with close combat. And since it's also part dark type, that'll actually be super effective close combat on the Sableye. Another thing to note though is because of Sableye's prankster spam, I'm running Upper Hand. And Upper Hand will still be able to do super effective damage once I give it the ring target. And then it'll also shut down all of his prankster shenanigans since it makes the opposing Pokemon flinch whenever it works. So yeah, that's kind of the idea here. Other than that, we are just Poison Touch with Dire Claw to hopefully spread some status around. If we can manage to do that, then that would be really good. But yeah, we'll see if that ends up working out or not. I think that this Sneasler is going to be able to put in some work once it gets rid of the Sableye as well. Obviously, Lostlotl's team is all dark types, so we'll just be able to close combat most of the stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hoping for out of the Sneasler. We're max attack adamant just to punch the shit out of everything. I didn't bother speed creeping the Roaring Moon simply because I think it's going to be booster speed. But yeah, that's the idea here. Next up, you know I had to bring him back. We are bringing the Vileplume Terraria. We have heavy duty boots just to switch in case he decides to hazard stack with stuff like Overquill, or if he decides to hazard stack with Samurott, just to switch in a little bit easier, and we can heal back up with Strength Sap anyways. Other than that, we're a pretty standard set. We have Moonblast to hit his whole team pretty much, Energy Ball as well just for some secondary damage, and then we have Sleep Powder like usual. Hopefully we hit them. We missed one last week up against the monotype electric team, and so we are currently under odds. I think we're batting at like 66% on a 75% accurate move, so hopefully that means that we're going to be hitting them this game. Hopefully. I don't know. I expect better out of Vileplume is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, anyways though, Moonblast should be picking up a lot of KOs. We have a lot of special attack investment. Other than that, though, we are just pretty high into Phys Def. We can live a lot of hits as well and just strength sat back up on Lostlotl's very physical team, and that's sort of the idea with this set. Next up, we have a Rocky Helmet Quillfish Hisui, just to punish a lot of physical hits. If he's going to be triple axle on Weavile, we can go into this guy and get some huge chip with Rocky Helmet. And then if he brings out the Overquill and is going to click moves on us with the Overquill, like potentially if I'm Terra Fairy here and then he brings out the Overquill to revenge me, then I'm probably just going to go this thing, and if he poison jabs or something like that, then he's going to be taking some Rocky Helmet chip as well. So yeah, that's sort of the idea here. We have Taunt and Spikes as well as Pain Split, and then our damaging output is going to be Barb Barrage. Hopefully we'll be able to land a lot of poisons between Sneaslers, Poison Touch, and Dire Claw, as well as just through Barb Barrage in general. And then we'll be able to get the boost on the poisoned foes with Barb Barrage. So maybe this can put in a lot of work getting rid of some of Lostlotl's poisoned Pokemon. So yeah, that's the idea here. And then we have our main win con. I'm not too sure exactly when I'm going to get this guy in, because my team is very momentumless in its current state. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to safely get this in. Pretty much everything on Lostlotl's team has some way to counter it or threaten it or stop it in its tracks. But if we can get it in, then I think if we get an agility up, that this set kind of just wins, especially if Sableye is already gone. We are Fiery Dance, Dazzling Gleam, and Psychic. You might be wondering why I'm Psychic. It's because I'm a little bit scared of the potential for Terra Poison on Umbreon. So yeah, that's kind of the idea there. I don't want to get absolutely hard-walled by that thing, even if it is relatively bad Pokemon that just sort of sits there and makes no progress. I'd rather just Psychic and kill it. I had no other move that I really wanted to run. And so yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some Fiery Dance boosts as well, though we are already Booster Energy Special Attack, as you may be able to tell from our spread. So yeah, essentially if we get one agility up, it's like almost game over, especially if Sableye is dead. So yeah, Iron Moth is probably going to pick up at least one kill this game if I had to guess, if not just completely sweep in an end game. So hopefully everything works out in terms of that. And we'll move on to Glimmora here. We are Choice Scarf because if you look at Lostlotl's team, there are no resists to Power Gem. There's 0. And so we're just going to click a whole bunch of Power Gem, a whole bunch of Dazzling Gleam, and maybe some Earth Power. It depends on if the Overquill comes or not. But yeah, and then we also do have Mortal Spin. This is our hazard control. I'm not too confident if we're going to get a chance to end up ever clicking it. But yeah, I mean, if we do get hazard stacked on and then we end up like killing the Samurott or killing the Overquill, I think, somewhat okay with just sacrificing this thing for getting a Mortal Spin up. And that's gonna be good in the long run for my team, just to get rid of those spikes. So hopefully I'll have a chance to click it. If not, then we're just going to be clicking Power Gem and Dazzling Gleam and hopefully picking up a lot of KOs with this Pokemon as well. And yeah, that's kind of the idea here. We are also Toxic Debris because there are no Steel types that we need to poison with Corrosion, which also in addition makes Mortal Spin really free. But because Lostlot's team is so physical, we're going to almost certainly be able to get a T-Spike up with this Pokemon. So yeah, very confident in this Glimmora set. Other than Mortal Spin, I'm not too sure when I'm going to get an opportunity to click it, but realistically, there's no other move that I need to run in this slot, so I figured I'd just go ahead and throw on the Mortal Spin. And then lastly, simply because I'm not too sure if Mandibuzz shows up, I'm pretty sure Morpeko almost never shows up, but yeah, we are going to be debuting in a very important game, our Ariados. And so we have Sticky Web, Toxic, Lunge, and Knockoff. I'm probably only going to be able to click 2 moves on this guy due to Focus Sash. I'm guessing that off lead, I just go ahead and click Sticky Webs, and then if he lets me, then I'm going to click Toxic or Lunge or something like that. So essentially the line with this is I lead my Ariados, and then I click sticky webs on turn number 1 into something like, I don't know, it depends on what he leads, but if Mandibuzz is there, then I have to guess that it's going to be switching in hard on this Pokemon because I can't really touch it realistically, and so we have Toxic in order to punish that switch. If he does decide to just go ahead and go into Mandibuzz as I'm setting up these sticky webs on literally turn number 1, then I can actually just go ahead and go into Glimmer, because either he decides to defog, in which case now I have a Glimmer in front of a Mandibuzz and I'm clicking Power Gem because nothing resists it, or he clicks Brave Bird, U-turn, something like that, predicting my switch, and then I get a free Toxic Spike up with the Glimmer as well. So that's kind of the opening sequence that I'm going for. Hopefully Mandibuzz shows up, because otherwise this is not going to really work. Or I guess I should say, hopefully neither Mandibuzz or Morpeko show up, because then sticky webs put on a lot of pressure. Obviously Roaring Moon is probably not going to be Boots. I don't expect Weavile to be Boots. I think it could be Boots simply because it's Rock Weak. And I definitely don't expect Meowscarada to be Boots. So sticky webs, if we can keep them up, are going to be putting in a lot of work on Lostlotl's team. But yeah, that's going to be the game plan this time around. We have a Sneasler to break down Sableye, and then hopefully the combination of Vileplume as well as this Iron Moth and this Glimmer are just going to be able to claim a whole bunch of kills and win us the game. I'm a little bit worried about the Roaring Moon. Obviously Earthquake coming off of that super duper high attack stat is going to be doing a number to this team, as I elected to not bring the Weezing. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make do, and I'm feeling pretty good about this game regardless. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make do. I will see you guys in the battle. Alright, we're here with our game against Lotl. Morpeko's here. Fuck. Oh no. This sucks for Ariados. This is so bad for Ariados. What am I doing here on lead then? I don't want to lead Ariados anymore now that I know that Morpeko's here and not Mandibuzz. No Mandibuzz is interesting. I wonder how he's going to deal with like Sneasler going stupid once Overquill's dead. I guess he just probably expects Sab to counter it, which is fair. What do I do then? That's the thing. Do I just lead it anyways? And I mean, I guess I could just lunge instead of clicking sticky web. That might be fine, I guess. As what do you lead if you're Lotl? I see Overquill, Sab, Hisuian Samurott. Yeah, I don't know. I think you lead one of those three, and then Roaring Moon's in the back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it today, man. I've lost 2 games so far today, and one of them has pretty much cost me 1 league. So yeah, if I lose this one, then it's gonna cost me essentially 2 leagues. So that's not good. But I don't know if I can safely lead Ariados anymore. I need to figure this out before I just start stalling for time. I feel like this leads decently into the 3 that I just mentioned, because I can get a Toxic off on Sableye. And Overquill I can knock and get rid of an item like a Citrus Berry, AV, something like that. Yeah, it's just the value of Ariados just plummets with Morpeko instead of Mandibuzz. So I guess I'm okay just getting rid of it off lead. And yeah, here's Sammy. Should I just lunge this? Like, are you scared of this? Lotl's probably gonna run the calc, and so I'm expecting like Morpeko or Sableye to come in here. I'm just gonna click lunge. There's probably, like, this might OHKO depending on Lotl's spread if he decides to stay in for some reason. I expect him to like flip turn out though, and I burn my sash, which sucks. Okay, he does just ceaseless. It does half. Are you dead? Not quite. Okay. So at this point, now I get my webs up. I really hope that we do get an opportunity to click Mortal Spin now, because, I mean, these hazards are here to stay on our side, unless we get that Mortal Spin off, so hopefully that'll happen at some point. I don't know if I can really bank on that, though, like ever happening. Okay, he flip turns, so we do get our webs up. And I guess I can go, like, he's probably gonna go out into Morpeko here. How do I punish a rapid spin? How do I do that? I can punish rapid spin by going Vileplume, I suppose, because I'm slow enough anyways that it doesn't matter. And he can't really touch me with Aura Wheel. It'll be dark by the time that... Oh wait, no, I'm not sure if Aura Wheel changes if you switch in like this. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I can maybe go out into Vileplume. That's probably an idea. I'm guessing that if he's not going to reveal Overquill and Sableye super early on, then they're probably just checks for Sneasler, Iron Moth, and my other breakers. Obviously Vileplume as well, being a fairy type, pretty good here. And then yeah, I just need to figure out how I'm going to deal with Roaring Moon in an endgame. Maybe Intim cycle it with Quillfish or something like that. No, maybe he goes like something other than Morpeko right now, and then I get my webs up for kind of free. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Do I want to knock? Do I want to knock or do I want to toxic? I think I want to knock. Get rid of potential. Oh, he's psychic. Okay, I was gonna say get rid of potential. Ah, shoot, he's psychic. Damn, that makes things a lot harder, to be honest. Get rid of potential light clay on this set. But yeah, him being psychic here is actually kind of annoying because it messes a little bit with my Sneasler plan for it. Well, how do I want to deal with this then? I mean, I suppose I can always just go into Quillfish here and taunt and get spikes up, but I feel like Morpeko has such a free spin that I don't want to do that. I'd rather go into Vileplume here if I can. And so that's what I'm gonna do. We reveal Boots, which is fine, I guess. And I guess I have to Terra here. I'm not familiar with this thing's move pool, so I suppose I could check. But yeah, I did not know that this got Psychic. I've never seen one with Psychics. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's take a little gander at the moveset for Sableye. Yep, there it is. It gets Psychic. Yeah, wow. It doesn't look like it can get anything that would hit a fairy type. I don't see any poison moves. Oh no, it does get Poison Jab. Do I care? Do I Terra anyways? I think I have to Terra anyways, to be fair. So I can do that, and I guess I'll put it to sleep. It should be fine. Hopefully they make an aggressive switch into something like Overquill, and I can put that to sleep. That would be really handy. We'll see. I'm not liking our start here for this battle. These webs are up, but they're gonna go away at some point. I was really banking on Mandibuzz here, so I could at least go into Glimmer, and if they Brave Bird or if they U-turn, then I at least get a T-Spike up. If they defog, then I at least have a free rock move because they have no rock resists. So yeah, I mean, maybe I should have gone Glimmer now just because I have free button press into a rock move, but I don't know, I like the idea of putting something to sleep early here. And it could also not die in one hit and then click Psychic on Glimmer, and that would not be good either. So we'll see how this ends up working out. Okay, he goes into Samurott. I guess this is ideal sleep fodder for him, which makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, to sack this guy off. I suppose I just Moonblast. And that'll be my play. As he shouldn't switch here. He should not switch here, so... Or maybe do I want to make progress while he's asleep, maybe? Like, do I go here and try and make progress? Do I go Sneasler and try and force the Sableye in and then switcheroo it? Like, I don't need to kill this thing right now. It's been asleep for 0 turns. I have 1 turn guaranteed to do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into Sneasler. He'd have to make a aggressive double out for this to not work. And let's see if he does. He sleeps, okay. Well, now I switcheroo. Or is he just sacking this thing off? That's the thing though, I don't know if he's just gonna try and sack this off or if he's gonna immediately go into Sableye. Maybe my mid ground is to Dire Claw to scout, and then if Sableye comes out, assuming that he doesn't switch, then I go back into here. And I put something else to sleep. I think this is a good mid ground. Hopefully we can fish for a status of something. If we end up getting that, then I'm going to be quite happy. But we'll see. Okay, he does just go hard Sableye. We Dire Claw, we do 0, but... Okay. We poison at least, if nothing else. So now we have to switch out again. I'm just going to go back into here because I don't want to drop to Psychic. There's no reason for me not to. They're probably going to set up a screen or something. Okay, they went for Willow and they missed. They reveal leftovers as well in all of that fiasco. I feel like now I just click Moonblast and ball out. I think I do. If they give me Sableye, then that's huge. If they go to Overquill, then I'm okay with that too. I guess I can just go into Quillfish Hisui afterwards, and that'll be okay. Okay, they go into Samurott, so they do end up just sacking the Samurott here, which makes sense. This gives them a safe switch into something else. It's done its job. It's got 1 spike up, so I guess that makes sense from Lotl's point of view. It's really nice to have that be poisoned, the Sableye. And it is also good to know that it's leftovers, so if I do end up switcherooing it, that would be good. He goes into Morpeko now. Does he just want this spin really bad? Does this guy get anything to hit fairies? There's no way, right? Yeah, it's just boots. I mean, I feel like I can just freely click Sleep Powder here or Moonblast. I think I'd rather Moonblast and go for a kill. As you're just gonna spin away these webs. Like, this is your whole purpose in life, Morpeko. You don't do anything else. Okay, well, alright, apparently you do that. How annoying. So now you have a dark type attack lined up, which still doesn't do jack shit into me. Alright, there's the rapid spin and we kill. Terraria is still healthy as well, but Overquill is now in. And so I feel the need to go into my Quillfish here. I think that's my best play here. Let's lock it in. They might just get up another spike, which would be a little bit unfortunate. But I do still have the threat of Mortal Spin in the back. But yeah, hopefully we don't just somehow find a way where we instantly lose to Roaring Moon. That would be bad. The sooner I remove Sableye, the sooner Iron Moth can come in safely and start setting up as well. So hopefully that happens at some point too. They give up the Sableye to like my Sneasler trick, or not trick, switcheroo, same move pretty much. But yeah, they should know that I have to switch here, and so they might go for like a greedy crunch. But I have a switch in that resists that too, so I'm not too worried about that. Their best move to hit Quillfish, I don't think they get a ground move or anything like that, so it'd have to be like liquidation or some shit like that, or you just gunk shot anyways and hope for big damage because that move is pretty strong. Or you SD. It could also SD. Let's see what it decides to do. We get the Intimidate off and we P-Jab for 0 damage. Okay, that's cool. And we do also reveal our helmet and we see leftovers. Nice, okay. Well, let's get a Spike Up. That seems good to me because your removal is now gone and we have 2 Pokemon holding leftovers. So Spike should be alright here. Do I want to taunt, predicting something else to come in? I don't think I do. Or do I want to Bar Barrage, predicting something else to come in? Yeah, maybe Spikes is too passive for this state in the game, and so I just go ahead and Bar Barrage. As worst comes to worst, I just Pain Split this if it starts hitting me or like keeps hitting me. But I don't know what this Pokemon would do at this point in the stage. Like you'd have to switch, so I'm gonna Bar Barrage. Either I hit Weavile, or I hit Roaring Moon, or I hit the already poisoned Sableye, and Bar Barrage does more damage when the opponent is already poisoned. So I feel like this is by far my best click right now. I don't need the Spike Up. I can get progress in terms of just raw damage. Obviously, Sableye could also have Recover, so we'll have to see if we can hit it for enough that Recover doesn't matter. But we'll see. Yeah. He has to switch here, though, I'm pretty sure. Die. Okay, well, it didn't die, evidently. Yeah, I don't know why I expected that to do so much more. I guess I forgot in the moment that Ghost resists poison. At this point, I have to taunt, right? This is like the objectively correct play. Alright, so now it can't heal. It has to stay in. Do I do this? Like, if you're Lostlotl, do you switch? I think if you're Lostlotl, you switch. And so I go Rainbow 6. Or no, you have to click Psychic, right? So I have a free Spike. I could be very aggressive and switch, but I have a free Spike because I don't know what other attacks they would have. But I really want to do this. I want to keep the momentum up. I feel like if you're Lostlotl, you have to switch right now. And so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. If you click Psychic on my Dark type Hisuian Quillfish, then GG's, you deserve the playoff spot, bro. Brick Break as well, because this Reflect is going to kind of stink. Alright, let's see the switch. Overquill. Alright. So that didn't get me too much. And they have Black Sludge as well. I feel like switcherooing is fine here. Yeah, good enough, whatever. Okay, and they liquidate. They get the defense drop, which kind of stinks. Well, now I've wasted my ring target on this Sableye, which is bad. Damn it. That stinks. Well, I guess I have to go back here. And this does confirm that they are packing Liquidation. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have used that moment to go into Glimmer. And Mortal Spin away this Spike. Damn it. I'm so bad at the game, bro. Why'd I go Sneasler? Fuck. Yeah, that would have been the correct play. Okay. And then do I taunt the incoming Sableye? I think I have to do that. I can Pain Split if he goes anything else. Yeah, I feel like I have to taunt the incoming Sableye. It's too obvious. He's gonna get a recover off too, which I want to stop. If he goes into anything else, then this taunt is a bit of a throw, but the Sableye is just so painfully obvious. And at least this Reflect is gonna go away in one turn. They surf. Okay. Now I have to hope that they don't kill. I think. So I have to Pain Split here. Surf is interesting. Double water move. I guess it's to hit Iron Moth and Glimmer separately. I'm not sure why you would bring Surf this game though. That's interesting to me. Well, that puts me in a kind of a bad spot if I end up dying here. Maybe I should just get my Spike up. Or I should have. I won't now, obviously, but maybe I should have. Hopefully that's not like a giga low roll. Okay, really nice Pain Split if nothing else on the Weavile. Will heal back up a pretty decent chunk here. Do we have a switch into this Pokemon? Well, I'm glad you asked because the answer is not exactly. I think I can I think I can go Glimmer maybe. I do also think you might click Knockoff here. In which case, Terraria is probably my best play, but not sure. I mean, I'm also Helmet. You would take big damage. Yeah, if I go Vileplume, then Knock into Triple Axle 3 hits would kill me. So do I go Glimmer and risk losing my Scarf is the question. That would stink. Or do I just bar Barrage for damage on this? I feel like it's gotta be Vileplume here. Okay, and we do Knock, right. So I click Sleep Powder, right? No, I click Moonblast. And I hope to God that your choice... Actually, that did 22%. It could be... it's probably just Adamant. Adamant, maybe Scarf. If you're Scarf, then ideally you'd switch. In which case, should I Strength Sap? As if you switch to Overquill. So I'm gonna Strength Sap. Okay, no, we do just Triple Axle. Do we miss? We missed. Wow. That's crazy. I'll take it. That's good luck. Sorry about that, Lotl, but I'll take it. Holy moly. So now I have a good Moonblast coming in, and I think they have to go Overquill here. In which case, should I just Sleep Powder on the Overquill? I think I might do that instead. If they go Sab, then I'll just Moonblast the next turn. That was a very nice dodge though. Terraria is once again proving its worth on the team here. Oh, you know what I could have done actually? After I absorb the knock, I go back into Quillfish as he triple axles, and I get tons of Rocky Helmet chip. Alright, please go to bed. Fuck! I got the play right too, damn. Well, dang it. I guess I go here, cause I kinda have to. You're just gonna surf twice. Oh no, you P-jabbed. Oh, how nice. In which case, I Pain Split, right? Pretty sure I just Pain Split. I think this is my play. If Sableye comes in, then I should have taunted, but last time it didn't work out too well, so I think this is my play. I want to keep this guy healthy. If I can intimidate Weavile and Roaring Moon in the end game, then that would be great. The Weavile, I'm pretty sure, is adamant, or it's just another random boosting item, but I'm pretty sure it's adamant. It's not choiced, which is interesting. Maybe it's just boots. Did he expect my Glimmer to come Stealth Rocks? I feel like that's a pretty realistic set that I could have brought, so that would make sense. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing now. That miss really bailed me out. I'll have to apologize to Lostlotl after the game for that, because that was a pretty big miss. Okay, he surfs, but we live, so we pain split back up, and we live another one, which is cool. Since he's surfing... How do I deal with this thing? I feel like I have to trade 1 for 1, almost. I feel like I can do this, actually. You're gonna surf, and I'm gonna live it fine. Okay, nice crit. I did not live it fine. I take everything back. I have a nice free power gem at least, and you should drop because you're ring target, but that crit bites. That crit sucks dick. Well, let's see here. What do you decide to do, Lostlotl? I feel like Glimmer claims at least 1 kill right now, unless you go Roaring Moon and your Scarf, and you kill me before I can kill you. We go Sableye, you're dead. Bye. Okay, cool. That's good. That's nice for Sneasler at least. And yeah. Now what comes out? Is it Roaring Moon? Roaring Moon probably comes out, right? In which case, I probably want to go ahead and keep power gemming if I had to guess. Should be scared of Dazzling Gleam, so might go back out into Weavile just to revenge me. But you should also be scared of Scarf, so I don't know. From Lottl's perspective, this is not an easy position. And here's the Weavile. I'm just gonna power gem it. I don't think there's any reason for me not to. Okay, cool. So now he knows we're Scarf, which means he does have pretty good access into Roaring Moon here. Oh, he goes Overquill first. Does this give me a chance to... This might give me a chance, actually, to go here and sack this off. Or do I need Sneasler even? I don't think I need Sneasler anymore this game. I do not believe I need Sneasler anymore this game. Do I need Vileplume anymore this game? I mean, there's some questions here that I'm not too sure on. But if I can keep this around and then have a Dazzling Gleam locked in the bag for this Roaring Moon on my Scarfmon, that would be outstanding. So what do I want to do here then? I could just power gem and kill it. I think you die to power gem, do you not? Yeah, you should die to power gem. There's no need to overplay here, I think. I'm just gonna power gem. Ah, Aqua Jet. I should have thought of that. That stinks. Okay. And then now I go Sneasler, and I have a nice free close combat here, which is chill. Nice. And dead. Good. Yeah, hopefully Roaring Moon doesn't fuck us, though. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm gonna stay in and click CC, obviously, because that's just my best play. He can't Dragon Dance. And then I think once I drop, I go into you to intimidate, and then once you drop, I go into Vileplume and I kill it. Okay, we are booster attack, which makes me think that... This makes me think that you're probably speedy, right? Oh wait, no, booster, can Roaring Moon even run booster attack without being slow? I mean, this is still my best play. Okay, we Iron Head. Right. And now I go here. I get this Intimidate off. I Pain Split just in case, I think. Or do I Taunt? No, I think I Pain Split just in case. Or do I just Barb Barrage for damage? I mean, I feel like you have to kill me here either way, so it probably doesn't matter. I might as well just Barb Barrage. Okay, and you are EQ. I should live this, despite the spike damage. Okay, don't flinch. Holy shit. Fuck, dude. Well, there goes our season. GG's, Lotl. Fuck that shit. GG's. GG's, GG's, GG's. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck, dude. Ugh. Damn it. That's so upsetting. That's such an upsetting way to lose a season. I'll see you guys week 7, man. I played to my out, I'm pretty sure. I played to my out. What can I say? Maybe I should have played the Glimmer better. I should have scouted for Aqua Jet. Damn it, dude. Whatever. I'll see you guys in the replay, bro. Alright, you guys. Well, it's been a long while now. It's been a couple of days, and I think I'm finally at a point where I can talk about this game without being too salty overall, but that's why this upload is going to be super late. I'm hoping that this is going to go up either tonight, which is Wednesday night, or tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. So sorry that the video is super duper late this week, but yeah, I was genuinely just so upset after this game that I didn't feel like recording this segment until I had a clear state of mind, and honestly it took me 2 to 3 days to get here. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. This game was not exactly my best, but it also certainly wasn't Lottl's best, and he got extremely lucky and was bailed, so that's a little bit unfortunate for me. Mathematically, we are still, like, we're in the run for playoffs. We have to win next week, and a lot of things have to go right. The teams above us have to lose, like Lostlotl, for example, has to lose. I think one other team above us has to lose, and then we can squeak into 8th place. But if one of those things doesn't happen, then yeah, it looks like that this is going to be the end of the season once week 7 hits. So a very, very unfortunate way to kind of close the door on us in terms of guaranteeing playoffs, but we are also, again, still in the run, so we can't lose hope so quickly. Anyways, let's just go ahead and start up the game. I do believe that there were a lot of points in this game where I played pretty well, and then there were also some points where there was some optimizations that I definitely could have taken advantage of. And then, yeah, I ended up not doing that, and it sort of put me in a position to where if Lostlotl got lucky, then he would win. And obviously he got lucky, and so then he won. But I could have prevented that, long story short. Anyways, though, Ariados gets up a web and takes Samurott Hisui pretty low here. Then we see Sleep Powder come out here, and I believe here I just go ahead and Dire Claw, yeah. And we get a poison on Eric Cartman, the Sableye, which is pretty cool. At this point, I didn't feel too confident tricking my ring target, so maybe that was a misplay, I'm not too sure, but we do also dodge a Will-O-Wisp there, which is kind of nice. And here we pick up 2 KOs, first on the Sleeping Samurott, and then this guy's forced to pretty much just Rapid Spin to get rid of these webs, and as a result, we're going to Moonblast Morpeko in the face as well. And so with Samurott being dead, I didn't know this at the time, of course. Obviously, Overcool can also have spikes, but Samurott was his only hazard setter. So at this point, there was only one spike up. I wasn't too worried about it, to be honest, but at the same time, I really should have prioritized at some point getting Glimmer into Mortal Spin. And so when Overquill comes in here, it's pretty obvious that this Pokemon is either going to click Spikes on my switch, or it's going to click a Poison move in order to threaten Vileplume, right? And so at this point, I could go Glimmer realistically, because either it spikes and then I spin both of the spikes away, or it clicks a Poison move and I take 0, I get my own T-Spike up, and then I would spin them the next turn, because I don't think this thing would want to stay in on a potential Earth Power from my Glimmer. However, I just go ahead and go into Qwilfish, which in this position I don't think is necessarily that bad. Obviously I get the Intimidate off, and then Poison Jab becomes weak, and now I have some information on its set too. But there was another instance where I go Qwilfish on this, and yeah, it ends up sort of costing me, because right then I had a lot of information on the Overquill set, and I would have been able to Rapid Spin with Glimmer, or rather Mortal Spin with Glimmer. Anyways though, we're going to see me double out into the Sneasler here. This is, again, not exactly my favorite play of the world, because he just goes Overquill here, and then now I have to switch again because this does no damage with the Reflect Up and everything like that. If I had doubled out into Glimmer here, because this guy was not clicking Psychic on my Qwilfish, had I doubled into Glimmer, then I could have also gotten rid of the spike, which would have been nice. And you'll see that as my Pokemon are switching around, eventually I get my boots knocked off on my Vileplume, and I'm going to be taking a lot of damage from this one spike. And so realistically, I should have just prioritized clearing that away at some point. And then here I expected him to go back into Sableye, and so I went ahead and switched the ring target. Fortunately, I did double check with the Overquill that it was Black Sludge, and so I wasn't going to get like some really wacky item that wouldn't be good for Sneasler at all. But at the same time, yeah, definitely not the ideal play here. And so I'm forced to go back out into here. And then it reveals Liquidation, which is kind of strange. And it reveals Surf, which is even stranger. I don't know why you would be both. I'm genuinely unsure of why you would be both. I feel like maybe Crunch or something like that would be better. Just as another stab move, it gives you a means to hit something like Glowking if it comes, or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some secret Surf tech that I just don't understand. Anyways, though, we are getting pretty low here, and so we're forced to Pain Split. Fortunately, we end up getting the Weavile, get some chip on that, and we do sacrifice our Vileplume here, I believe. Oh, no, this is where he missed, yeah. So we got a little lucky in this scenario too. What I should have done here is probably go back out into Qwilfish, because I feel like the triple axle here was super free, and then I would get a bunch of Rocky Helmet damage. So I should have done that, and I end up not doing that, but fortunately it does work out in my favor, and I get all the way back up to full. And so the luck right now is pretty even so far, especially since we missed that Sleep Powder right there. So far pretty even in terms of luck, but right here, this is the turn I was talking about earlier. Here I should have gone into Glimmer, because it's so painfully obvious that you're clicking Poison Jab, right? Here I should have done it. Here I realistically should have done it. And yeah, unfortunately, I just make the tunnel vision play of going into the Qwilfish here, get the Intimidate off, and obviously I'm not going to be taking much damage. However, this Qwilfish is getting chipped down by the spike, and so yeah, I mean, I realistically should have just gone into the Glimmer here, because it's only clicking Poison Jab there, and then I would have an opportunity as it switched back out to simply Mortal Spin and get the spike away. Like I've said a billion times before. Fortunately here though, we're able to Pain Split again and keep this thing healthy, and get the Overquill even lower. And then now, this crit is really bad for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I did not like this crit because it puts me in Aqua Jet range. Obviously at the time I had completely forgotten about Aqua Jet, and I don't know why Lostlotl didn't just click it right here. But yeah, that crit super mattered in the long run, because had Minecraft taken a normal amount of damage, it would not have done like 60 something, and I would not be in range of an Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet from Lostlotl's Overquill it was max attack, but it only did like 36 max or something like that. And so had the crit not happened, I would have been super chilling in the end game. However, Lostlotl decides to go ahead and click Power Gem, and then I click Power Gem again because he decided to not scout if I was Scarf or anything like that. But yeah, now he goes back in here and he's able to Aqua Jet me. So I'm not too sure why he gave me either of those kills. I completely forgot about Aqua Jet either way, and so I decided to stay in and click Power Gem one more time. And in this position, I probably should have just gone Quillfish again, to be honest, because I know that I'm going to need this Glimmer in order to take out the Roaring Moon. It's not worth risking it, but at the time, again, I didn't think that I was risking it. I thought that I was just simply getting Glimmer another kill because this thing was slower than me. And it turns out that it was packing the Aqua Jet. So yeah, that's a very, very unfortunate misremembrance on my part. And yeah, that's not good at all for me, because now I have to rely on my remaining Pokemon in order to take down this Roaring Moon. And as you all know how that went, it didn't go too well for me, so that's too bad. Fortunately though, we're able to get Sneasler in, and we at least are able to kill this, because Aqua Jet was not ever going to take me out there. And then here was when I realized that, I'll let the booster show itself here. Yeah, it was booster attack. I don't understand booster attack in this matchup, I'm gonna be real. I feel like you should always be booster speed here. If not, then you're probably gonna be banded. I don't understand booster attack. Or no, I mean, you're not gonna be banded, you're probably gonna be Scarf, because Sneasler generally would outspeed the Roaring Moon. Obviously mine didn't, because I figured that the Roaring Moon would be booster speed anyways, and so I didn't creep it. I just feel like booster speed plus Earthquake kind of just ran through most of my team. And anything that it didn't run through, then obviously you would have Iron Head for Vileplume. You'd have other moves to take care of my other Pokemon, like Big Dragon Claw or Crunch or something like that. So I'm just genuinely unsure as to why this thing was booster attack when it could have been booster speed, and I'm pretty sure just sweep through my entire team. But I don't know, maybe Lotl figured that the Sneasler would be unburdened, and then it wouldn't be able to outspeed my Sneasler anyways. But yeah, I feel like booster speed is the correct set, but yeah, in this case, since I had a slow Iron Moth and a slow Sneasler, it ended up not even mattering. I'm able to get the drop on the Roaring Moon here, but then we have one more unfortunate circumstance here where we do get flinched on the Vileplume. And Vileplume, I don't know, man. I really liked it this season. There's time where I've really liked it this season, and there's times where I have absolutely really wish that it would do better. So obviously this game, I think it did okay. It got 2 kills, which is fine for a Fairy type and a Monotype Dark matchup. But had it not gotten flinched here, had it landed that Sleep Powder earlier, because it only went 1 for 2 in this game, then yeah, I don't know, maybe then it would solidify itself as an MVP of this matchup. But this flinch hurt, man. This is a really sad way to lose playoffs if I do end up losing it. And it's Mickey Mouse, of course. Lostlotl got lucky, but had I just prioritized getting that spike away, had I not forgotten that the Overquill had Aqua Jet in its move pool, had a number of things just gone correctly for me. Like, had I decided to just go 252 plus speed on the Sneasler, or if I was booster speed on Iron Moth or something like that, just anything, if any one of those things happened in my prep, then or in my play, then none of the bad luck would have really ended up mattering in the end game. And so yes, Lostlotl got lucky. I'm happy to admit that, because I know it's true. And frankly, I was very, very upset at this game for the very, very long time. But yeah, the more and more I look at this game, and I talked about this with my friend Wagonfruit as well, very, very good at the Pokemon game himself. And so yeah, he sort of opened my eyes up to what I could have done with the Glimmer in terms of mortal spinning on the Overquill switch out. And yeah, I realize now that my play was suboptimal to the point where I didn't have to put myself in a position to where Lostlotl could win via luck. So ultimately, this is still my fault. But what a nasty game. I hope that we can at least close it out with a win next week. We are taking on the monotype ice team. That's a team that knocked me out of the championship in season 1 of this league. And if I win with enough differential, and if Lostlotl and some others above me end up losing, then we might just be able to squeak into playoffs. So fingers are crossed. I'm not really holding my breath. I've kind of just accepted that this season is pretty much over for me, and it's not necessarily my fault, but it is my fault ultimately. I could have played this a lot better again. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on this. Good game, I guess, to Lostlotl. I think it was a fine game. Just the luck's not his fault. It's just unfortunate, man. I'm really unhappy about this game, but yeah, GG's to Lotl. I'm sorry I didn't say anything in chat after the game ended. I was just genuinely so pissed off. But yeah, I don't know. Chat, this game was absolutely terrible. Talk about another infuriating aspect of Pokemon, man. Jesus Christ. But that's pretty much all I've got to say. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, go Seattle Slashers.